Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Yes, the princesses. Welcome back to. She's my little puppy. I wanted to just thank everybody for being here. Like I said in my previous video, I just want to be able to meet people, have some topics to talk about, and so let's get on with it. Now, the first topic I thought I'd get on to was, or is going to be, growing old, the elderly, and how we treat them. Now, I have made a few notes, and I just like to put that out there, and any feedback would be just absolutely wonderful. Um, Now, this is a really kind of touchy subject, so have a little patience with me. This is only my opinion, and take it as you will. I'm not a therapist, and I'm far from being a doctor. So this is what I've just seen over the years, and I've been to many different countries, seen many different cultures, and because I live in the Western world, I see things a little bit differently than say they do across the pond. And what I see is I really don't like what I'm saying. This is probably why this subject has is very close to my heart. Um, a little bit of my background, my story. Um, my parents lived here. I'm on the east coast of Canada. My father passed away in 2001. Now that left my mother here, and she was younger at the time. She was probably about my age, maybe a little bit older, when my dad passed away, and she continued to have medical problems. She was looking after my grandmother. My grandmother just passed. She was 100 years old. I can't believe it. It was like 100 years old. Could you imagine? No, I don't think I want to live to 100. But anyway, Mom started having some medical issues about 5 years ago. She had developed diabetes. Um, she lost her sight, and I was living in about around the center of Canada, in out west, and I thought, how am I going to help her from being, say, 5,000 miles away? How am I going to help her being that far away? I can't. Well, like, what am I supposed to do? She had no family here except for my grandmother, and my grandmother was aging. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I came back, came for Christmas, and to see exactly what was going on. Um, with the elderly, they have so much independence that, you ask them, how are things? Oh, fine, 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 I'm fine. Everything's great. Then you got that thing in the back of your head going, yeah, okay. So I come for a visit just to see exactly what's going on. And for her to lose her sight, I think it was for a good 2 to 3 weeks she lost her sight because of the diabetes. I thought, it's time. So I come down. My daughter and I drove, and we had a good look, you know, and just to see what Mom wanted to do. And she didn't want to move out of her house right yet, which is understandable. This is her home. Um, so I thought, well, you know what? It's about time, Shelley, to get your own crap together, get down there, and look after your family. And that's what I did. I sold or gave everything I had away, sorry, everything I had away within 3 weeks. I had my car packed, I had my two little dogs with me, and I drove across Canada all by myself with the two little dogs. Now, mind you, it was in February, and it was a bad, bad winter. It was a bad winter. I drove through snowstorm after snowstorm. Like, it was to the point that I was following the truck drivers. And I have a lot of respect for truck drivers because when they pulled off, I pulled off. There is no way I'm going to drive past a whole bunch of truckers that are pulling off because the roads are so bad. Okay, so I pulled off that. It took me over 3 days to get here, and it should only take me maybe a day and a half. Anyway, that all being said, moved down, everything's fine. Now, with Mom being the age that she is, and even the people around here, I guess the generation, I think probably about 70% of the generation where I live is an older generation. Everybody's getting old. And I think I mentioned that in my welcome video, that, we're all getting up there. And it goes beyond the wrinkles in the face. It goes beyond the sagging. It goes beyond your skin getting dry. Like, it goes beyond all that vanity stuff. It goes way beyond that. It's how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Those aches and pains and it's crap. And what I'm witnessing here is not a pretty sight. Don't get me wrong. My mom is in great shape. I swear to God, she's going to outlive me. But from what I see from other people around, people can't move. That they've got so much pain. They have a hard time getting up. They're with walkers. You see that every day when you're around. You see all these older people, and you think, wow, I hope I never get that old. And then one day, guess what? You wake up, you're there. It's like, how on earth did I get here so fast? I didn't want to get here so fast. I had so much more I wanted to do. The cost of getting older is absolutely phenomenal. The price of medications. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you live. There's going to be some cost. Nursing homes are thousands of dollars. And that's, what, when we were young, that's not something we were taught. At least I wasn't personally. In school growing up, that was not something that we were taught. We weren't taught these life skills. Everybody said, oh yeah, you better save up for your retirement. Well, everybody acted like, or came across like retirement was for fun, you've done your duty, you've worked hard all your life, now go have some fun. But you know what, a lot of times when we get there, fun's not there to be had. There's a lot of medical issues, there's a lot of overhead. When you retire, you do not have the income. If you haven't looked after yourself within those working years, you do not have the income to have the same lifestyle. You have about at least half or 3/4 less of income that you did when you were working. And think about it. You've got the same bills. You've got doctor visits. You've got prescriptions. Your eyes go. You've got eye care. You have to go get your hair done because you can't lift your arms anymore. You have to get your driveway plowed because you can't get out there and shovel anymore. There's just so much. It's so much. And where's this money going to come from? The government's not going to give it to you. Why should they give it to you anyway? I live in a free country. I was free to work and do whatever I wanted until I got to this point. And that comes in with the subject of respect. We don't respect our elders. We don't. You wouldn't believe how many people I see that are out with somebody who's older than themselves, and they treat them like crap. You have to listen. You have to listen to what these people say. They're going to get cranky. They're going to, they try to tell you what is best for you, and sometimes, yeah, they push it. But look at all the life experiences these people have had. They've lived a full life. They have knowledge that you have no idea that they've got. People lose patience with them because their reaction time is slower, or they can't make a decision right away. And it kind of makes me sick when I see people out there losing patience with an older person. It's like, buddy, wait till you get there. I'm going to see who's there for you when you get to that age. When you have a hard time making up your mind whether or not you want a hamburger or you want a salad. Like, it's going through their head. If I eat this salad, I'm going to be sorry for it, because our digestive system and our whole body changes. From what they could eat when they were younger, they can't eat it anymore because it plays on them. People don't think that. People don't hold the doors for people anymore. Like, they just don't. There's just no respect out there for older people. There really isn't, and it's sad. I see it every day, and I just I just want to say something, but it's none of my business. I can't. Now I will step in if I see something just horribly wrong, but overall it's none of my business whatsoever. And it's other cultures I have seen. There's respect. They have their older people. They look after them. They move them into the house. They make sure they're okay, that they have no worries. They have no worries about how they're going to pay their heat, or who's going to shovel the driveway, or where their next meal is coming from. Like, a lot of the homeless, if you notice, are mentally ill, or they're older. They can't work. They don't have an income. So we have to look after our families. We have to look after the older people. If you think you're just going to put somebody in a nursing home or a retirement home, baby, you better have a lot of money, because it is astronomical, the cost for a nursing home. It's like thousands and thousands of dollars. Why? I don't know. It's a money grab, because they know that this is probably why. They know we're all going to get old, and they know that we have to go somewhere. So they just suck it out of you wherever they can, and it's pathetic. Now, there's a lot of memory loss with growing old. And it's understandable. Have some patience. Have some patience. Just relax and listen to what these people have to say. You'll be surprised, instead of jumping down their throat if you think they say the wrong thing. I already touched on the respect. Nice glasses, Dad. I already touched on the respect. A lot of people think they know everything. Well, guess what? Nuh-uh. You don't know crap till you get there. I don't care who you are. If people just kept their mouth shut and opened their ears, close their mouth. You've got 2 eyes. You've got 2 ears. You've got 1 mouth. Use them in the order that God gave you. Shut it up. Open it up. open these and actually listen to what people have to say, you'll be surprised. You really. Now, I've touched on cost again. Um, yeah, the income is about 3/4 less of what you think you're going to get. Um, the government here gives you a little bit, but it's not enough to live on. I see people living on the street because they don't have enough for food, and that just makes me sick. Medical, you're going to start to have things shut down. Your body's getting older. Some things are going to shut down, like the glasses. Um, your insides, the pain, the walking. It gets hard. It really does. It gets really, really hard. Um, if you think that you're going to be 70 years old and not be on medication, I don't care who you are. If you're not on medication, it's because you didn't look after yourself by going to a doctor. Okay? And I'm not talking about severe medications. I'm talking about even vitamins, like vitamins that the doctor prescribes you. Extra B12 for women. Just things like that. Where's the money going to come from? If people haven't looked after themselves, they're going to end up in the hospital and having a nurse looking after them. Really? What else have I got here? As for other cultures, yeah, I'll touch on that again. There are other cultures that actually look after their elderly, um, which is amazing. They keep their family close, and let me tell you, there's nothing like family. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, unless you've got an amazing gift. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And people come and go in your life. They really do. They come and they go. They say they're going to be there, but guess what? They're not. Family is what everybody needs, whether or not it's family you're born into or family that you have made by creating a deep bond with somebody. You don't have to be born into a family to call them family. Nah, I don't believe in that. I've had better friends that I call family than I do family. And that's fun. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, enjoy life. And enjoy what we have. Uh, try not to be so negative. Wake up with a smile and thank God that you're not 80 years old and can't get out of bed. Because it's hard. It's hard. From what I see now to what I knew about 10 years ago. It's very hard. And sometimes I look at these people and I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they wake up with a smile on their face. But they do. You know, you run into people in the grocery store. Take the time. Take the time to say hello. Hey, how you doing? How you doing today? It's been a long time. Take the time. You wouldn't know how much that'll make somebody's day. Smile. It's not going to hurt. Hell no, it's not going to hurt. Give a smile to somebody. Open the door. Open the door for an older person. Or not even an older person. Men, let me tell you, you don't know how much a woman appreciates when somebody opens a door for them. It's It's like, wow. You even think about it when you go home. Man, that was awful nice of that guy to do that. Oh, wasn't that sweet? And you know what? Little things like that will make their day. Smile. It's not going to hurt, like I said. If anything, it takes less muscles to smile as it does to frown. So I'm told. But, so yeah, that was my first subject. I hope everybody has some little bit of feedback. Anyway, I would appreciate a little bit of feedback. That would be great. And I want to thank everybody again who has watched my first one, tutorial, I guess, and has put a like on it. And I really appreciate it. This is fun. I'm obviously not used to the camera yet, but you know, I never did this before, and that's okay too. People are commenting on the light. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. I got a huge bay window in front of me, and it's all natural light, so there's nothing I can do about that. The microphone, well, it is what it is. As long as you can hear me, that's good enough for me. That's fine. You know, I'm not into all this fancy dancy stuff. I am who I am, and this is what it is. So, but you have a great day, and I'll leave you now. Enjoy. And like I said, smile. Someone loves you.